A drizzly October evening in Bedford, performing to an audience of 11 in a venue built for 300. They don't clap in the right places, they don't laugh at all. Afterwards, I get ID'd for wine in Sainsbury's and I don't have any on me, so I go home sober and I chalk tonight up as the second worst night on the tour. Nothing will take the title from Guildford's. But in the audience is a woman, dragged along by a work colleague whose husband had just left her, so she couldn't say no to coming. But an evening of political poetry sounds like the longest night of this woman's life. The next day, her colleague goes leafleting and this woman tags along on the promise of a pint, and in the pub, somebody puts her name down for door knocking the following weekend, and she says to herself that she'll agree to be polite, and then she won't turn up. Except she does. And 8 weeks on, a general election is called, and this woman is a seasoned canvasser. She's roped her boyfriend in because it's cheaper than going to the gym, and when her mum visits, she is ready with a tote bag of flyers and a board to run. Friday the 13th, I am bleak and hungover, off social media, but checking my inbox sporadically. And in between the Black Friday and Amazon Christmas deals, this woman has emailed to say that her MP has retained his seat with a majority of 103. It's cold comfort, she writes. But see, a year ago she didn't even vote, let alone would ever spend a Thursday evening in a freezing sports hall, blistered heels, biting the nails in her letterbox grazed hands, then throwing her arms around a man in a red rosette. All we ever wanted was kindness. And it's not gone. It will just be harder to find and easier to sit at home with box sets looking after the things that we can control. If we can just mow the lawn, clean the house, keep the kids fed and the radio off, then we will come to no harm. Except now more than ever we have to resist the urge to let ourselves get smaller, to roll over and just give in. Because now more than ever we have to fill up the food banks, buy the big issue weekly, tip our Uber drivers generously. We need to check on our neighbours. We need to get off Twitter. We need to go to more meetings, even the boring ones. We need to not let the 70-year-old who canvasses all year round always be out on his own. We need to speak up, even when it is public and embarrassing, especially when it is public and embarrassing. We need to shout for the hopeless, for the homeless hostels and rape crisis centres. We need to stamp out intolerance. We need to set up more community WhatsApp groups. We need to knock on doors and leave no one behind, even the ones who disagree with us, especially the ones who disagree with us. We need to stop tearing each other apart. We need to make less art about our broken hearts and more art that makes change. We need to turn off biased media outlets, let them know that we will no longer defend them, because they have betrayed us. It was never a fair fight. It will never be a fair fight. But the hope is not gone. So buckle in and toughen up, because there is always another fight to be had, and there is always another fight to be won.